You're sitting here, staring into the abyss of your so-called burnout, convinced the world is out to get you. Let me set the record straight right now. The world isn't against you. It doesn't even notice you. That's the hard truth. You're not the center of the universe, and your struggles, as real as they feel, are not unique. Burnout, lack of motivation, fatigue, these are universal. Welcome to the club. But here's where the difference lies. Some people push through it, and others, like you right now, let it consume them. Let me be blunt. Burnout isn't some insurmountable mountain. It's an excuse. An excuse to stop trying, to wallow, to sit in your misery and hope someone will come along and save you. Newsflash, nobody's coming. Not a single person on this planet owes you a damn thing. Your friends? They're too busy with their own lives. Your family? They might love you, but they can't fight your battles for you. Your boss, your goals? They don't give a damn how tired you are. Life moves forward, with or without you. So, what are you going to do about it? Sit there and cry about how unfair it all is? Or are you going to stand up, wipe your tears, and fight? Because make no mistake, life is a fight. Every day you wake up is a battle. A battle against laziness, a battle against doubt, a battle against fear, and most importantly, a battle against yourself. Let me hit you with a reality check. Your life is easy compared to what others have endured. And I mean easy. You've got electricity, clean water, access to food, and probably a roof over your head. You're living in the most comfortable era of human history, and yet here you are, overwhelmed by the weight of your existence. Think about that for a second. Imagine being a soldier in the trenches of World War I. You're waist-deep in mud, the air thick with the stench of death and rotting corpses. You haven't eaten a proper meal in days. Every time you close your eyes, you hear the screams of dying men, and every second you stay alive is a gamble against the next bullet or gas attack. Now imagine that same soldier looking at you, sitting in your climate-controlled home, scrolling through your phone, whining about burnout. He'd laugh in your face, and he'd be right to do so. Or how about this? Imagine you're a slave, beaten daily, stripped of every shred of dignity, working yourself to the bone for someone else's gain. You don't even own your own name. You dream of freedom, but it's just that, a dream. And yet, many of them kept going. They didn't give up. They didn't stop fighting. They didn't have the luxury of burnout. So tell me, what's your excuse? You're going to tell me life is hard. Yeah, it is. It's supposed to be. That's what makes it worth living. If everything came easy, it wouldn't mean a damn thing. Struggle is what gives life its value. The problem is, you've been sold a lie. You've been told you deserve happiness, comfort, and success just for existing. That's bullshit. You don't deserve anything you haven't worked for. The universe doesn't hand out participation trophies. Let's talk about motivation. You think it's this magical spark that comes out of nowhere, that it just sets your soul on fire? Wrong. Motivation isn't something you wait for. It's something you create. And guess what? It's not always going to be there. That's where discipline comes in. Discipline is what gets you out of bed when you don't want to move. Discipline is what keeps you going when every fiber of your being is screaming to stop. Discipline is what separates the winners from the losers. But I can't find motivation, you say. Fine. Let me give you some. Look at the people who came before you. Look at their stories. Look at what they endured. Listen to the music that sets your soul on fire. Watch the greats, the legends who refuse to quit. Study the athletes who pushed their bodies beyond the limits of human endurance. Read about the warriors who charged into battle knowing they might never come back. These are your reminders that you are capable of more. Take Muhammad Ali, a man who called himself the greatest long before anyone else did. Do you think he wanted to get up and train every day? Hell no. But he did it anyway, because he knew what was at stake. Or Winston Churchill, who stood tall while bombs fell on his city, refusing to give in to despair. Or Harriet Tubman, who risked her life over and over to lead others to freedom. They didn't wait for motivation. They acted, and the motivation followed. Now let's get real about where you're at. You're burnt out. Fine, that's normal. But it's not an excuse to stop. You're tired? Good. That means you're working. Pain and fatigue are proof that you're alive, that you're trying, that you're not just sitting there rotting. Embrace the pain. Learn to love it. Let it fuel you, because the alternative is giving up, and that is a slow, miserable death. Do you know what's worse than burnout? Regret. Picture yourself on your deathbed, looking back at your life, realizing you wasted it because you were too damn soft to push through the hard times. That's the future you're creating right now. Every second you waste feeling sorry for yourself is a second you'll never get back. Stop chasing comfort. Comfort is a trap. It lulls you into complacency, makes you weak, turns you into someone who can't handle even the slightest inconvenience. Do you want to be that person? Do you want to be soft, fragile, unable to face life's challenges? Or do you want to be strong, resilient, unstoppable? The choice is yours. Here's another truth you won't like. Nobody cares about your potential. They care about your results. You can have all the talent, all the dreams, all the potential in the world, but if you don't act on it, it's worthless. Nobody is going to remember what you could have done. They'll remember what you did. So stop waiting, stop whining, stop looking for a way out. There is no easy way. There is no shortcut. There is only the work, the grind, the blood, sweat, and tears. That's the price you pay for greatness, and it's worth every damn penny. You're not going to like hearing this, but I don't care. You are not a victim. You are not helpless. You are not powerless. You are the only person responsible for your life. Not your parents, not your boss, not society. You. If you don't like where you are, do something about it. If you don't, then shut up and accept it. This isn't about shaming you. It's about waking you up. It's about reminding you that you are capable of more. You have the strength. You have the power. You just have to stop being so damn afraid to use it. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to stand up and face the mirror. Not with pity or excuses, but with brutal honesty. Look at yourself, not the version you want to be, but the version you are right now. Acknowledge your flaws, your weaknesses, your failures. It's uncomfortable, but it's necessary. You can't fix what you won't face. This is your starting line. This is where the excuses die and the work begins. Next, you're going to take action. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now. Start small if you have to, but start. Set your alarm earlier. Clean up your space. Knock out that one task you've been avoiding. Momentum isn't created by thinking or planning. It's created by moving. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a step away from weakness and towards strength. The key is consistency. Show up every single day, no matter how you feel, because success doesn't care about your feelings. It cares about your actions. Finally, you're going to decide what kind of person you want to be, not in words, but in deeds. Do you want to be someone who gives up when life gets hard? Or do you want to be the kind of person others look to in awe? Do you want to be a victim of your circumstances? Or do you want to be the master of your destiny? The choice is yours. No one is going to make it for you. So stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Start fighting. Life is hard, but so are you. Now go prove it.